What's it like, thinking back and your journey here at UCLA, and now it's all culminating here in this last final home game?
Just it's gone by really fast, I'd say. From when I first got here, I always talk about like with Venny, CT Venny Kafusi. I was my first roommate, and we're still here together. Kind of going from moving into the dorms to now kind of doing our own thing, kind of just being familiar with LA. Had a lot of growing here, a lot of learning, and I just cherished every moment, especially now that it's finally kind of reaching to that point. You kind of want to just slow down, take a look around, and kind of just enjoy everything.
Has that started to sink in then, it sounds like? Have you already started putting that all in your head?
Yeah, luckily I was able to have in-person classes this quarter, so kind of just getting back on campus, kind of seeing the campus life from my last quarter here, it's been kind of enjoyable for that, yeah.
Logan was saying how the last game, it felt like the offense finally got in a rhythm. So what did that rhythm look like from your perspective?
I think we just played our game. With our defense being the way our defense is, we just can't be negative, if that makes sense. Like, we can't have turnovers, or we just can't do worse than their offense. We just got to stick to the rhythm and stick to the game plan. I think that's what we did, and we finally showed that this past Saturday against SC, and our defense did what they usually do and was able to come out with the win.
How do you replicate that this week?
Just taking what we did last week and kind of replicating it this week. Like the intensity we bring to practice, I think it starts there for sure. Having a good week of training, being detailed and disciplined, and I think if we do that this week, we should have the same outcome as last week.
What have you seen from the Golden Bears front seven? What challenges do they bring you guys?
Coach Wilcox is a good coach, great defensive mind, and he's good at dialing things up that kind of are rule breakers for offensive line, in the passing game. So kind of understanding their blitzing patterns, things like that in the front seven, and just they're big inside, so we just gotta get stout and stay on our double teams.
When it comes to reducing turnovers, is there any do you do drills for that in practice, or is it just being more cognizant of it?
Yeah, so I guess the way you work on his practice is kind of like relating it back to the game, and just trying to put yourself in those same situations as much as you can. And when it comes to the game time, it's just about being focused and locked in on your assignment. And if you do that, then things usually go well for you.
Go ahead.
What did you think of Garb stealing Caleb Williams' Instagram caption?
Oh, we earned it. He earned that, especially taking us and winning in the Coliseum. That's not easy to do. So I'm proud of Garbs, and I feel like he deserves to celebrate a little bit, especially after a big win like that.
Is that uncharacteristic of him? Because we see him as kind of, not a pompous guy.
Yeah, I mean, the Garbs I know, he got some personality. So I was expecting that, I guess, from Garbs. Yeah.
And speaking of Ethan, the way he was able to, kind of adjust, especially with questions about his mobility coming into the game, what do you think about the way he was able to, kind of deal with their pass rush, and especially that touchdown he threw to TJ?
Yeah. He's a dog. You got a chip on his shoulder. Coming back from that injury, he probably heard all that stuff too about the mobility, and he wasn't gonna let that stop him and let that hinder his game and let that hinder his success on the field. It's bigger than just him, and it's bigger than just me. It's about the whole team, and sometimes that's what it takes. You have to sacrifice enough for the whole team, and usually good things happen.
You guys have obviously shifted to Cal, but going back really quickly, what was it like to capture the victory ball?
Oh, it was awesome.
Did you ring it?
Yes, I did get to ring it. Being my fifth and last year, getting that belt back for the Bruins felt really nice, and I was just so thrilled in that moment. I was so excited. Yeah.
You've mentioned the O-line going to BJ's, I think. Mm-hmm. Is that a weekly thing that you guys do?
No, that was kind of the start of this whole season thing. But now it's just more we just hang out in the apartment. One of the teammates, the other week, Garrett and Bruno actually invited all the O-line over to their apartment, and they kind of cooked us a little feast, so that was nice. And probably the same thing this week with Thanksgiving, so I'm excited.
Yeah, because I know, I've heard that NBA players are obsessed with, Cheesecake Factory,
yeah.
So I didn't know if that was the same case with, you guys and BJ's.
Yeah, no, I mean, if BJ's wants to give us free dinner, then we'll take it every weekend, no doubt. Yeah.
Team NIL.
Yes.
Who's the chef on the offensive line?
Probably Garrett or Bruno, for sure. Garrett DiGiorgio, Bruno Fino. The Italians. Cooking up that good pasta stuff, chicken parmesan.
You bring in anything to Thanksgiving?
Probably just a pot of rice. Keep it clean, keep it basic. Especially in Hawaii, if there's a Thanksgiving, you need white rice. So I'll probably bring that. Yeah, exactly. That too.
What do you want to be remembered for? You know, as a senior, I mean, probably the last game of the Pac-12. You know,
Yeah.
at least
That's
for the near future. I mean,
That's a great question. I probably want to be remembered as someone that was helpful and set a good example. Kind of someone that like never, you could always count on me, I guess, to do the right thing and say the right thing and be the right leader for these guys. So that's one thing I want to be remembered for sure. Just the care I gave to my teammates.